Going on, guys? In today's video we are going to be talking about the new G1 NEO from Maono and how to use it on your Xbox. Disclaimer, of course, this was sent out to me for review, but they're not seeing this, they're not telling me what to say, and they definitely didn't tell me what to say because I don't think they ever would have thought about using this on the Xbox, just because they're more just audio focused. And well, you know, I got y'all Xbox streamers. We're gonna show you how to use this. And yes, when I say use this, all the features on this is available for this to be used. A couple catches, the audio for music and all that, there's a caveat for that, but I'll talk about that in the video. Let's hop into it. All right, guys, so future self here, I was in the middle of editing the video, and we'll actually, I've recorded this video a couple times now. There is like a stack or something coming through the system itself when I recorded this second time around. The first time around, I didn't have that at all. Here's a sample clip of that. Mic directly in, so this mic going into this, I did it. I also did it from the PC directly in, and this time, for some reason, there's a static there when I talk. I'm not sure what it was. I literally hooked everything back up the way it was, turned the Xbox on, went back live and tested it again, and it wasn't there. So I actually have heard people having this complaint below. The only thing I can tell you to do is literally turn everything off, unplug it all, and plug it back in. It seemed to fix it for me. I'm not sure what all that is. There's so many different cables and stuff running through this setup. It could have been anything that could have caused this to happen. With all that being said, so I can kind of like save your guys' ear a little bit, I'm gonna let you listen to some of it without me noise canceling that out. I can kind of get that out of the audio a little bit, but I am going to remove that just so that you don't have to hear it, because I am streaming the entire time, going over the features and stuff on the board. And honestly, I just want you to have a good experience when you watch the video. I'm not going to blame the board or the mic for it, just because, again, I was able to get it without it. It just happened to happen when I recorded the second time. I didn't notice it. That's my fault. I should have tested that. But in any case, let's get back to the video and just keep that in mind. Reset everything if it's not working right. Bye. So this is what it sounds like. Everything's hooked up. Everything's good to go. And I'm going to go into the overhead mode, though. I just wanted to show you it working on Xbox first. Me streaming live, as you can kind of see here, the outline of the stream and everything live on Twitch. And we'll go into this mode so you can see it. And I'm going to stay in that mode for the majority of the video, just because, well, I'll show you how to do everything, tell you what everything does real quick. And I'm going to use my other mic just because I don't want to hold this mic the entire time. A lot of handling noise in this mic. If you want to see a video of this mic, I'm looking at the wrong mic, looking at the wrong camera. I got like 16 cameras up here. If you want to see a video of this mic, I'll link it at the end or go in the description below. This is their new PD100X. Alright, guys, so we're still live on Xbox itself. I do want to just show you, I went ahead and put my overhead onto my OBS itself so you can see everything. Just kind of tell you what everything does real quick before we also hook it up, just so you can get an idea of what you can do with the board itself. Of course, you have your fader right here. This is going to be for your mic. I actually learned this over from Dark and Cyrus, that Xbox, I didn't know this prior to making really any video of this, so you learn something new every day. The Xbox actually has built-in like amplifiers, built-in devices and stuff that'll actually just put your audio where it needs. It's like a built-in compressor and stuff like that. So you don't really need to turn your mic side up hardly at all to get the result that you would need for people to be able to hear you to stream, right? Because you can hear me perfectly now. My fader is barely turned up. I can see that I'm well within hearing me. I'm not, I'm not going to do no EQ into the audio, just like I never do for like any kind of audio for Xbox or anything like that, just so that you can get a raw feel of what it sounds like and stuff like that. But you can see this here. You do have phantom power. Unless your mic takes phantom power, don't ever do phantom power. You also got Bluetooth. This does work, and this is the caveat with it. Xbox also has noise cancellation built into it. So if you have it too low, it's going to cut in. It's not going to sound very good at all. And if you have it up hardly at all, Xbox is going to try to lift it up to get it to where it's supposed to be. So it's going to like compete with your voice. The best thing to do is just maybe run it when you're on an intermission, run it when you're just starting to stream. If you need to take care of something, tweet out or something like that, even though Brandon will tell you in a heartbeat, there's no need for stream starting haste, those things. He's gotten on to me about that in the past. But we do what we do. And if you're going to end the stream and you want to just have some music going while you're ending the stream or something like that, those are about the only circumstances I would probably use that. Yeah, I'd be honest with you, I've recorded this video trying to figure it out like 3 different times, and I'm just it's just, you're not going to be able to do it. So we're going to keep it simple and not really play with it. I'm going to show you it working though, just because, you know, we'll do that here in a minute. You have your gain. This is the gain it's going to control for your mic itself. The higher the gain, the more background stories and stuff will be getting in. So you see, I barely have it turned up 45%. I could probably turn it down and still get the whole everything in there. But honestly, you're probably not hearing a lot of background noise. The most you're probably hearing is handling noise on this mic. And you know, it is what it is. You know, I would recommend probably putting this on a stand on the desk or something like that, or really on a boom arm like I do with all my mics. But I just wanted to have this mic for the video because they sent me these as a pair. So I wanted to do that. You have reverb right here, and this is just going to give you some echo and stuff. Just turn it up a little bit so you can get it. You can get it, you know, you can go as crazy as you want with it to go rolling or whatever. It's echo. It's pretty much what it is, reverb. Next one is your headphone. Now this is just going to control the volume coming out of your board into your controller and stuff. We'll talk about that here in a second, how to hook all that up. Then you have your noise reduction. If you have a lot of noise around you and you need to get like kind of noise cancellation going on, you can use that right there. And it'll just help kind of cancel everything off. I don't really ever use them. I just kind of quiet my area down. I got fans on my PC running right now on as low as possible. I don't have my AC on. The vent that's right above me. And, you know, you get the raw sound of it. So you tell me if I need it. Let me know in the comments below. I am curious. You have sidechain. Sidechain is for your music. And all this does is it does like cut your music down for you automatically when you're talking. This is great in normal circumstances if you're streaming through PC with this board, or, you know, yeah, you're using this on the PC itself, not the Xbox, because as soon as it cuts it down, Xbox is going to try to lift it. So it just doesn't really work out. It's still really, really loud. It helps a little bit, but it's just your music is so overbearing on your voice and stuff. I'm just not going to recommend using it for that style thing. So we want to mess with that. And RGB right here is you can pretty much do whatever you want. Go through and play with it and set it up. I personally like the different colors. I'm weird. If I can get to them, there you go. I like all the colors. That's just me. And for what you will. And these are your sound pads right here. Sound pads are really, really simple. You can add audio to it. You can add audio to it through your cell phone, through the Bluetooth. You can add audio to it through your cell phone, through the back of the board at input, or through the PC with the USB, or you can even add it to the sound pad, or you can either add it to with your mic itself. So like you can add it to the, you can also just add it to the board through the mic itself, like this right here. So this is just a quick mic test showing that you can actually record directly into the board, talking through the microphone on the board itself, as you can hear right here anyways. And it should work with, you can add any kind of sound you want.
And two halves can't make a hole without a hole.
Or, you know, you control people, boom, headshot. Anything you want to put on there, you can pretty much put on there and do. And then of course we do have our voice changer.
Female.
Through here and play with these. These are just fun to troll people.
Male.
People that use these, some of the bigger streamers that use these online.
Baby.
And you could just kind of go through and, you know, do your kind of thing.
And try to put some try to get some pretty cool clips.
Default.
And then
post them on social media to try to build your following. This is the best way, the best practice to do this is to post these style verticals on TikTok and YouTube to try to, you know, bring in a following to your stream itself. But those are the things on the board itself. You do have your two mutes here. I didn't really mention, but you know, audio and the mic, it does work. This was actually missing from their last board. They did the Neo C2. I think it's the C2 Neo. And it was one of my complaints about the board. They definitely added that in this board. So it's really, really nice to see they did that. So with all that being said, let me show you how to hook it up. Now, you've been listening to it through the stream the entire time. You know it works, and you know you can have a good time with it if you want to. Let's show you how to hook it up. I'm going to show you how to hook it up with a Pro controller, which is a wire controller, and also a wireless controller, which is going to be the first controller we're going to talk about right here, right now. Let's get into that. All right, so we're on the overhead shot right now of everything itself, and you can just see the back of the board right here. I'm going to show you how to hook every cord up individually really quick. It's really simple. It's literally one freaking cable for the most part, other than your mic cable. This is a mic cable. This is an XLR cable. The title does say USB/XLR. That's only because majority of your USBs are XLRs. Now, a USB will not work on this setup with this board, unfortunately. If you want to see how to use a USB mic on the Xbox itself, check out the video pinned in the comments or in the description below or something like that. Okay, so you need a power cord. You can pretty much put this anywhere. You know, I just throw it in here, turn it on, it gives it power. You can run this to a PC if you wanted to. It doesn't matter. You put it here, As long as it has power and it powers up, you're good to go. This is your 3-pin or 4-pole cable. You know it's a 3-pin or 4-pole because, well, it has 3 lines on it. You need this cable. By the way, this board, everything I'm talking about in this video is going to be mentioned in the comments below. So make sure you comments, description below, either or, probably both, so you can check those out. It does help support the channel. It helps me want to put out free content like this every single week. So any support there would be great. And it's also going to help you guys out so you don't have to go and hunt for the stuff. It's all in one place. Giggity, giggity, goo. Oh, yeah.
Giggity, giggity, giggity goo. Stick around.
Anyways, so this, you do have out and headphone port. A lot of people get confused about this, but in this scenario right here with the with the Xbox wireless controller, you're going to definitely plug it into the headphone port, and from there you're going to be golden. That's literally all you have to hook up to this to make this work. Power, headphone port, XLR. Now let's look at the other stuff. All right, so from there you're gonna get your controller, any wireless Xbox controller work. First party Xbox controller, so the controller that came with the system, the controller you bought on the side, that's a different color variant. As long as it has this, it's gonna work with this particular setup. And I'll show you the pro setup here in a minute, just to show you what the differences are about that. But you do need an adapter like this. Now I can confirm, finally, I trust Brandon, so he let me know that he bought a cheaper one on Amazon. They do work with one caveat, but you don't have mic monitoring. So if you want to hear yourself in the mic while you're talking, you do need the Turtle Beach adapter, unfortunately. So if you want this Turtle Beach adapter one, check the comments and description below, as well as the cheaper one. I'm just going to go ahead and post the one that he did. I'm going to get that link from him and put it in the comments below too. Xbox, for the love of God, make this stuff plug and play where we can just freaking have a good time and be like streamers and not have to go and spend a buttload of money to make this happen. Can I get some freaking hashtag for the love of God Xbox in the comments below?
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Anyways, you're just gonna plug it up into the board like so. You're good to go there. The other thing you'll need is a splitter. This is a splitter you'll need. You need another 3-pin 4-pole splitter. Again, I will link everything below for you guys and gals. And as you can see here, everything you kind of see, it had the one I buy has a headphone port and a mic port on it. You're just simply going to plug that into the bottom of this. So if you're with me so far, we've hooked 3 cables up in the back of the board, 1 cable up into this. Simple as that, right? Then you're going to take the cord that you hooked up into the back of the board itself. Find the mic port on this itself. You're gonna plug it in here. And if you ask me, does this have to be a 4-pole or a 3-pin? Yes. Or 3-sleeve, I should say. Yes, it does. I've had people asking me, it has to be that. It will not work the other way around. I've already tried it. You have to have a 4-pole for this to work. Just want to throw that out there. Anyways, then you're gonna need your wired headset. Any wired headset will work. If it has a mic on it, as long as you can mute that mic, you should be good. You can use any wired headset you want. Plug it up into your headphone port, of course. Hey, real quick, I forgot to mention this in the video. Direct monitoring right here. This has to be turned on. If this is not turned on, it's not going to work. Let me repeat that. If this is not lit up white, as you can see here, and it's turned off, you're not gonna have any sound come through. So make sure, if you're gonna ask me in the comments below how to do that, why it's not working, make sure that little button's clicked before you comment below. Anyhow, let's get back to it. And that's literally it. Everything will work if you hook it up this way like it should. It should anyways. I don't have an issue with this. If you have an issue with this, I recommend just rewinding it, fast forwarding it, putting it in slow motion. This should work. Let me show you how to make this work on the Pro controller real quick, and then we'll wrap this up in a pretty bow. Yo, so real quick, for the Pro controller section, I had to record that part for some reason. This is all you need right here. This is a ground loop isolator. Everything that I just went over is going to be the same for hooking it up. You'll just hook this up into the back of the board where the headphone port is first, and then you'll run your cable from your mic into this. And that's all you need. You have to have this if you're running a wired controller of any sorts, just because you'll get some really bad feedback and stuff because of all the power and power running together just isn't going to be very good. So you need a ground loop isolator. Be linked in the description below, as well as everything else, this board, mic, and everything. Just wanted to hop on here and tell you that. Let's get back to the video. So at the end of the day. This board does a lot for what it is. And is it going to work for everybody? It should if you follow the methods on paper, right? But anybody that saw my last video where I did the fine mixer, they know, you know, that there's definitely some issues that can come up and arise there. Honestly, when you run into those issues, it's going to be process of elimination. If something's not working right or something was working that isn't working now, you're just going to have to narrow it down, figure out what cables stopped working, what controllers stopped working, what ports stopped working, and just kind of process of elimination. I want to help each and every person out, but I honestly just can't keep up with the comments sometimes because there are a lot of comments and people just reach out to me. That's why I put these videos out, to hopefully help you and answer some of the questions that were asked in other videos and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. If I can't get to you, it's not because I don't want to or I don't want to help you. It's just I honestly don't see it, or I'm just so flooded I can't get to every single message. But I will make videos in the future answering those questions and hopefully getting everybody squared away. Speaking about the fine mixer and me hooking that up and stuff, that is a little bit of a cheaper option if you're a little bit more of a budget. I recommend checking out that video I did right here. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace and, well, love.